All right. All right. It's time. I'm so sorry that I missed last week. Hang on a second. I see Sideburns has said he'll be ready in 15 minutes, so I'm going to send him a code. If you, random listener out there, would also like to join someday and just check it out, be part of the stream, I just saw his comment on the Discord. That's a funny looking telephone. Let me know, and I'll figure out a way to get an invite code to you. I'm going to get the invite code to, I'll put it right out here. I think that aesthetically, the best number of, like the maximum number of co-drawers is 3, because we can split the screen by 3. I mean, we can put more people on there, but it gets less and less interesting if you put. But 3 is like the max, and it looks great at 3. So hang on just 1 second. I'm sending it to Sideburns. All right. So what's been going on? I got into some other cool stuff. I saw Into the Spider-Verse, or Across the Spider-Verse, last weekend, and really enjoyed it. And what I really liked about it was how wild and colorful it was. There were so many things going on with the art. There were multiple different styles shown. For example, when you were in Spider-Gwen's dimension, I know I'm seizing up at the concepts here, but it was done in that kind of Instagram-y looking digital watercolor style. But when they were on some of the other worlds, there was a Lego world where it was a Lego for a second. They were there for like 4 seconds, and then and each one of the many dimensions had different things. And Spider-Man has always had, the concept of there being imposters. I was going to say alternate Spider-Man, but it's really just imposters. Like, I think it's like, just like even in one of the first few issues, Flash Thompson pretends he's Spider-Man at some point. Oof. Oh, there we go. And Flash Thompson pretends he is. I think Green Goblin pretends he is. Chameleon pretends he's Spider-Man. And there's multiple Spider-Man running around until we get to the Clone Saga, which was, I remember when it first came out, and I remember talking about it like in elementary school, and it was kind of a throwaway issue. Oh, there was a clone, and then at the end of it, the clone gets killed, or we think the clone gets killed. And then they kind of leave it on this funny cliffhanger ending, like maybe the clone was the real me, right? At the end, like, I'll never know. And then in the 90s, they brought it back and they said, oh, the clone was the real you and he's not really dead. And that was the Scarlet Spider, who they actually had in the movie. All right, it's too complicated. So it's that the idea that there are multiple Spider-Mans going around isn't that shocking to me, I guess. But I did like the art. I guess I'll start with that. I think some of it was kind of stupid, but I got these gelatos. Well, they're not what are they? What do we call them? They are some places call them gel highlighters. I have the King Arts ones. What happened to them? I had them a moment ago. Oh, here they are. They're behind me. And I've actually had like some of these for a while. I've had the like a black and a gray, and I think I've still got them over there. I've got the Marabou art crayons. The black is especially good. They're kind of a soft gel. Like if you look at it, it looks a little bit like a lipstick almost, and it's real soft, like a crayon. This is the Lizello style, where you do it on your finger. And then it's also water soluble, so you can paint with it too, which I was a watercolor guy for a long time. And so I like those. And then they have these, which I saw on sale. This is these are called ZR They call them Bible highlighters, but they're gel highlighters. It's the exact same thing, slightly smaller form factor. And this set is only pastels. And I guess the idea would be, and you could use it as a highlighter because it won't like burn through a page no matter what you do with it, because it's basically just like it's like wax, so it won't bleed through anything. It's not like a marker or something like that. It's more like a crayon that's transparent. So I have those as well. Whoops. And the unfortunate thing is, because they sold them as highlighters, even though it's a great set of colors, amazing set of colors, they don't label any of the colors. So I had to make this thing over here, and I had to put numbers on each one of them. So each one has a number, and I made like a little swatch sheet. Isn't that a great set of colors, though? I don't know if you can see it. Let me write, no rush. So I had the idea. Simultaneously, I was watching Scott Sava doing things with stencils. And so I got some stencils, and they work pretty good with stencils. So this is the backgrounds I made with the those highlighters. And I just made this one like literally just 5 minutes before we turned the cameras on. And I thought it might be fun to cut these into sketch card size, which I have some sketch cards, and maybe do some sketch cards. I'm not sure how I'll do them. I used to do gel prints like this, and it's kind of the same concept here. So I have my cutter, and let's start with this one anyways. I'll just take it right out. This is the wet book, which you may remember from such hits as the Snog bus. All right, so let's go. Okay, there it is. If I can get rid of that. And I mean, obviously you could use it so many different ways, and that's the fun of multimedia, really. All right, so a standard sketch card size is let's see if I have a ruler. I have a ruler. It's right there, but it's just out of reach. I have like 3 rulers. Okay. I mean, there's a little ruler on the side. Oh, there's a ruler like on this thing, but it's in centimeters, which is the devil's measurement system, so I won't use that. Looks like it's exactly 2.5 inches on the short end, and I can't tell on the long end, so let's use our regular ruler. I want to draw a Honda Motocompo today. So 3 inches by 2.5, right? So that's what we're going to cut these cards into, or cut this thing into. First of all, let's cut off the edges, which don't look so good anyways. There we go. We'll get rid of that. That might be useful for something else, like maybe we'll use some kind of, do something kind of with that. All right, we got that. When's he going to get to the card size thing? I'm just kind of cutting off the edges because the edges are less interesting. I've been following, I think her name is Karen Campbell, something like that. Her hamburger system, which is the system of how you layer different materials to do multimedia, mixed media. And it's fairly useful. All right, I think I already cut that edge and it's fine. All right, so how do we make sure that we have, I mean, I guess I could take one of my cards. Can I fit 2? I can't fit 2. Well, I could. I could fit 2, like this one this way and this one this way. Will that be the most interesting? I think I like this interesting little paint splotch right here. So let's do it that way. The line of attack is going to be like right there. Ooh, I carved a little bit off. Fine, it's okay, it's fine. All right, same deal here. The thing with artist trading cards, if you don't get it exactly right, you know what? It's okay. If you get it mostly right, it'll still fit in like the little slots. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. All right, so we got our first one. There's our first one. And now's our next one. And I had another idea of something I want to do today. Well, one of the things I want to do, I definitely want to draw this Moto Compo. I've saw it. I was just really charmed by the look of this scooter. This would look cooler if it was like this. So let's do this one like this. All right. All you ladies with your cutting machines. Can't hold a candle to my little fist flowers. Okay, there we go. Boom. All right, we got some cards. All right, so there's 3 something or others. We got 3 to start with. Let me do the rest of these, and then we'll get started. All right, here we go. Come on now. I want that to line up. One thing that I I'm going to use that for something else. Really don't like to do is fan art. So like when I do sketch cards, I'm not going to be drawing pictures of Spider-Man or anything. Although I drew I think I do a pretty good man thing. I have an album of sketch cards that I could share at some point. Let's do one more. This is the most interesting part of it. So let's do this part. This one's going to be a slightly thin sketch card. This is on mixed media paper, so it's not as thick as watercolor paper, but it'll handle watercolor. Okay, so we can take this. Just going to drop that over there. All right, now I've got some cards. I've got these pretty good ones, and I'm going to either ink over the top of them. I've actually hit this one with, this one's pretty cool, with kind of the the fixative spray. So I think I can just draw right over the top of it and color it in. I have a couple of acrylic paints, but I'm not going to probably use them. But if I wanted to, I could. All right, now let's do a little bit of this purple one. And let's see what we come up with. And I'm trying to rip it out very carefully. I don't think I'll do the green one just yet. I haven't hit this one with any of the fixative spray. This one looks kind of camo. I use like a hex stencil on it. All right, let's put that over there. Progress on Tarzan is going great. It's going really good. I'm almost done with it, and we're going to start on the new comic pretty soon afterwards. And each time I do a new comic, the reason I do a lot of comics where I'm constantly switching up is because I want to improve each time, and without necessarily tying myself to the early work, right? Your early work is going to be troubled. It's going to be a bit more amateurish. Not that maybe you will never overcome your amateurism. Let's hope that you do one day, right? But the idea here is that, okay, this is cool. This is like a tile. All right, let's do the, I think I can get at least 4 cards out of this. So with the idea that, you did it, and hopefully you leveled up from the process. You learned from the process of doing it. And then from there, your next one will be better. And you will continue to improve. Now, if this was 1963, maybe you could, or I could, get a job making comics as an art assistant, as an amateur, beginner level. I got a portfolio of drawings. Stan Lee hires me or something, and they put me on a backup feature for Astonishing Tales, or something stupid like that. And I love Astonishing Tales. I shouldn't say it's stupid. And my work is still going to be bad. Like it's still going to be amateur. But what happens is I will level up every time I finish something, and I'll learn the process every time. So all those days are over. Like it's done. You can't do that anymore. The year will never be 1963 again. So if you want to make comics, you have to find a new way to do it and a new way to learn. And if that means taking lessons, it might mean teaching yourself. It might mean any number of things. One thing that doesn't mean is doing it the way everybody tells you to do it, because not everybody does it the same, number one. So there's no one true way to do it. And we know that for a fact because of experience. So many people do it different ways, and do it successfully. So there is, oh, look, that almost fit exactly. All right. So look, I've got the beginnings of some artist trading cards, and maybe I'll draw on them, and then I'll over the top of them. And I can embellish. I've got gel pens. I've got some metallic pens even. I've got white pen. These will look really cool once we start putting stuff on them. All right. Just until Edmonds gets here, I'll show you a little bit of how I did it, how I did these things here, and how these gel pen crayon thingies work. I'm going to do the pastels. I love the pastels. They're so cool. So I usually just pick any 3 colors. They all look good together. It doesn't matter what you do. I like, let's see, what is this? 21, this is called Scallion. 12, just Jasper green, and maybe a pink or an orange. How about 4? Where's 4? Or what's this one? That would look good. 18. Light ivory. All right, let's just take these 3. Right? And the way they work is, one of the problems is you could do this on any paper. In fact, I've even done it in this art journal. So this yellow here is actually those gel highlighters. And this pink here, it's the same thing. Okay. They go on kind of like crayon, but they're real soft. They're like oil pastel almost. And people do it different ways. You can get a brush or you can get a little sponge. I think I have a little sponge over here. And you could kind of blend it out. Now, the thing is, it doesn't really blend out 100%. It's just the heat will do it. And it also, after a while, it'll set. Hi there. Oh, Dee Dee. Hi, Vol. Hi, Dee Dee. Oh, all right. You got to put a lot on there. I don't know. I've got. And then I can't remember if this is the different color. No, this is the gray. Look how gray it is. Okay. And let's try and get that one down too. It's still going to look, you're still going to see the marks where it went down. But the way to fix that is you just put more down and you rub that stuff out too. If it'll come out. When all else fails, you can put water on it and it'll do it even more. But the thing was with the water, it'll also, like you'll see an obvious kind of mark where the water goes away. So you got to keep layering a bunch on. I think it's easiest just to use your finger. It seems to get the most saturated if you do that. Look how saturated the gray ended up. I haven't put any of the green down yet. And when I was doing a lot of watercolors, I would always try and go for granulation. You would look for the colors that would granulate, that would get that kind of noise in the color as the particles of pigment would start to interact. And this looks like almost like chalk too. It looks great. All right, let's put some green in there and see what happens. I'm not paying much attention to color theory here. I'm just trusting to the idea that if I pick any three, it shouldn't go that badly. It shouldn't go that poorly. We'll either be complementary or adjacent on the color wheel. Or something. All right. Man, the gray looks super saturated. The marabous seem to have like a lot of pigment in them, and I like those quite a lot. If you caught the, I think I was on vacation. It was a stream where I was doing stuff in the sketchbook for. I think I did one of Windbox characters, Vortex. I did like a little energy burst around him with the black marabou crayon. Am I running out of? I didn't do a lot of green. There should be more green. Yeah, these are the you recognize them, DD. Yes, these are the ZR gel highlighters, but it's really the same stuff, right? I assume it's like they bought them and they figured out an alternate use for them. I just like the fact that they were pastels, or pastel colors, not pastels. Exactly. Yes. Kind of funny. The intended use, Bible highlighters. I'm not sure how that would even work, really. I mean, it seems like you would get it on the other side of like the facing page after a while. It does set. And it's funny. I looked it up online where, I was trying to find like somebody else with a YouTube video about it, and I couldn't find anybody else reviewing them or anything. And then I found this. I think there was one lady who had it, and she's like, I love the colors, but she didn't have much else to say about it, so she didn't demonstrate them or anything. She had like a couple of swatches or something. I think out of all these colors that I've got right now, I think my favorite is the sort of pinkish color. Used to do, yeah, I wouldn't use them in a book. Yeah, I would think it would transfer. Yeah, I mean, I have them in this sketchbook, and I've, it's already kind of transferred over to this. Well, maybe not. You know what? That's actually marker from the other page. So maybe not. I know they do set after a while, like the color sets after a while. All right, and we're going to find... I have a bunch of stencils. And I'm going to use gesso. Let's do that one. Oh yeah, that's the snog bus. The famous snog bus. It's not really that famous. Apparently it's like a cafe in England that we were making jokes about. Like, you can get frozen yogurt on the snog bus. All right, somewhere I have a brush. There it is. This is just gesso or white gesso. So gesso is not exactly paint. You can do all kinds of things with the stencils and the art crayons. Like you could do a negative impression because the water will pull it up too, or I saw somebody do it with like an alcohol wipe. And instead of putting paint down, it pulls it erases. It pulls the art crayon up, so you get a negative. But like in gel printing, we would do different kind of things, masks. Then you would draw over the top of it. Let's see. Maybe. Let's put it like right there. Hang on, it's 1 second. Okay. We have, here it is. Thousands of adoring fans. Whoa.
Welcome back.
They won't stop clapping for you. I just get like the golf clap usually. I don't get a good clap like that, but all right, so we got some stuff over here. And I have some acrylic paint over there that I could, if we want to do another color, but usually the gesso will work. And we'll just leave that to dry and all. Welcome back, Sideburns.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. Pretty good.
I woke up recently.
This morning for you in Australia. So for you, it's a Sunday.
Yes.
It's Father's Day. It's Father's Day where you are. Do you want to give a shout out to your many kids or?
No.
Okay. Sideburns doesn't have any kids, I don't think.
Okay.
I have an extended weekend this weekend, so I need a paper towel. Oof.
I had a terrible breakfast.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear it.
I know, it's okay.
All right, hang on. All right, we're going to get rid of this for a while, let it dry or set or whatever it does. Where's my cards? Here they are. Here they is. I thought about doing this also with watercolor. I like the effects of watercolor, but let's put a bunch of them out here. Purple and pink. So I thought I would combine. I had these two ideas. I was in my sketchbook and I had I ran across this Milt Caniff drawing from Steve Canyon, and it was basically Steve Canyon and every other character in the comic strip on this big piece of paper. So I thought what I would do is I would try it with all my characters, but I was gonna I ran out of room. So there's that big guy that you put on the cover, the genie guy with the gem in his head. And I couldn't put everybody in there. Yeah. The pink guy that you made him in the. I put him in. So it's funny that you put him in the toga because I started drawing him like that, and I really like the effect. So I'm gonna start doing something with that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hold on, I gotta clear some space. I'm the messy desk guy. Gotta watch this stencil too. I'll just leave it here. All right. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. One thing I noticed. Oh, bless you. One thing I noticed, I was playing around with acrylic, and like this is a super hard pencil. It's like I think it's like a 2H, so it's really light, right? But then when I drew across this acrylic area, it comes in nice and dark. So I thought, I wonder if that's the same. I wonder if that's going to be the same on these. I don't know. I don't even know if it's erasable anymore, actually, at this point, if at this darkness. But I'm going to make this one. Oh, no, it's light. It's light on this one now. So I guess only against acrylic it ends up dark. This will be Prometheus Powers. I don't know if you can see it. We'll zoom in.
Did you make that pattern?
Yeah, it's well, it's a stencil. It's a stencil. It's like I noticed Scott Sava doing stuff with stencils, and he's like, and all he does with stencils, he doesn't do anything special with them at all. He literally will take the stencil, like let's say it's this one. He'll put it down and he'll just take his pen and he'll just draw on the stencil. It's like, the simplest possible way you could use a stencil, and that's how he does backgrounds. And he has like a really nice set with acanthus leaves and scroll work and stuff. And he's doing like these, Alphonse Mucha things. So I thought I could do something like that. I would add some stenciling in there. And a couple other things happened. One thing when I was drawing that one picture, which I never finished, I think I could continue inking on it. I kept going for simpler and simpler versions of the characters. Like, so Prometheus Powers in the center looks super simple, but I really liked it. And it's kind of, you ever see the cartoonist Seth?
I can't really recall, but yeah.
He's what's the comic he's most known for? I know him from Wimbledon Green and a couple other things. The one with the Eskimo. All right. Let's do this with document black ink. He did a cover for some kind of thing, but it was like an X-Men tribute cover, and he drew all of the X-Men characters in the same style, a real simplistic style, and I thought that was cool. I forgot that he has pointed ears. Bless you.
Ever called him.
Hopefully I don't get I got an infection from listening to you. It's an audio.
No, that's not how it
It's a computer virus. Wait, let me put on my lo-fi.
Computer virus.
Yeah, it's a computer virus. Let's see. Here we go.
Might need an McAfee protection.
There we go. All right. What's happening? I need to do Stardust the Space Wizard too. I have a whole script that I well, I say script. It's a whole plot outline that I did with Man of the Atom, and I never did the comic for. And I'd really like to incorporate him as the main villain in the Prometheus Powers story. Hang on, whoops. All right, there's Prometheus Powers. We can color him in a second. We'll put him off to the side. This next guy should be... Let's do Abrax. I gotta remember what he looks like. It's on my iPad. Abrax is... I got the monkey. There he is. He's got like a turban and an elaborate like waistcoat thing. Let's have him like looking down.
Look down. Sounds.
So what did you think of the Honda Motocompo?
Well, the Discord loads. Definitely loads.
It's you said something like it's an odd-looking telephone.
Yeah. I don't. Hope it's comfortable to ride, I guess.
I don't think they're very comfortable. You can see that there's a Motocompo in Dr. Slump, so you can see Dr. Slump with one a couple of times.
Looks pretty.
It has that look to it. Doesn't it look like a Toriyama style vehicle?
Looks like you grow that from a capsule.
Yeah.
We're going to the browser version of Discord. I actually like the resource Bell gave with the illustrated fights manga. That's actually.
Oh, that one. That one that was on Archive.
Yeah, that was on.
I used that one too. I think that's a good one. It had, like, I'll tell you the exact scenes that I used. One of which is the scene where a guy looks like he's about to lose, and it has him like winded, and he's there's little like you can see he's breathing hard. Oh my lord!
Yeah, I know. I'm like a squeaky.
I really liked that. I mean, I wanted a kind of Garu, in One Punch Man kind of something,
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is getting somewhere. I'm a little afraid that let me find some scrap paper here. That my fountain pen's gonna get all gummed up with the paint here, but I sprayed fixative on it. a good chance I could screw this up and that won't be good. Ears, he's good. Okay, good. All right. How to draw a turban. Oof. He also has a tie. Some of this looks, I think this is just yellow that ended up kind of layered over the top of the red, but it almost looks like sparkly for some reason. Like some of the gelatos you can get actually have sparkles in them, like it's glitter or something. Which on the one hand it's cool, on the other hand it's kind of cheesy, but like I saw somebody do a space background with it and I was like, that looks awesome. Like the space background looks super cool. And it had, you know, really nice gradients and stuff like that. I'm making Abrax look a little bit more buff than he's supposed to be. The red might be too saturated for what I want to do with it. This guy, let's make this guy Stardust. Stardust is Prometheus Powers' his uncle, his evil uncle.
I don't have kids, but I am an uncle.
Do you have an evil uncle?
Evil uncle. Mine uncle is. They're alright. They come by Christmas sometimes. They come down. Yeah. They're alright.
Fair enough. Hang on, let me see if I can find. Ooh, wrong one. Stardust reference comics. Stardust the Super Wizard. I was calling him Stardust the Space Wizard. There he is. All right, he has like this open shoulder thing. I can probably paint him with gouache. I have some gouache over there. Or figure out some other way, or just leave it as an outline. It's fine as an outline. think this is his collar line. All right. Man,
I'm trying to make a found to show clips of footage page.
hang on, I'll see what you're working on. CCTV. Is that like a news announcer that you've like seen that you're setting up?
No, it's like a character's kind of showing like a montage of footage that of Debbie being caught red-handed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Busted.
Blackmail. I think this new
If I had been pre-thinking this, I might have made all the bad guys in red and the good guys in the blue. All right, let's try for the Salts. First girl character. Oh, I saw a really cool tutorial today. I was going to show you. Somebody on. I'll have to find a scrap piece of paper. But it's this dude who does like cubes. He does a head, but he splits it into three. Like it's a different way to do the.
Rodger. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to show it to you because you've already seen it. I thought that was super cool. I actually went and bought his book immediately, which is just his sketches. It's not anything super, super amazing. But I thought that was a really cool technique. I think I have her with a headband.
The funny thing is, this is the next 60.
Do you know how many? Do you know? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you know how many pages you're on as far as Duckling Star?
For a summary of the whole thing, or just chapter 3?
I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I was thinking the whole thing. Like, how far is it? How big is it so far? I'm looking up. I'm doing my reference check for my character here. Come on, I can't find her. Well, that's the worst. I'll have to go back all the way back to here. Oh, she's in here.
And 100 and I'd say 140 by now. Pages.
Pretty cool. That's amazing.
I'm up to page 30 of chapter 3. I'm halfway through.
I was looking at the guy who did The Girl with a Mega Fist, that Tyler guy. He does the American manga.
Yep.
I guess we would call it. And I was asking him what his chapter lengths are, and he says 12 pages for his. He goes, it's just what works out for me. Like, it's not an official number or anything. I thought that sounded good to me.
I kind of I kind of overestimated myself. Or underestimated. Dude, I'm gonna go probably do shorter chapters next on the next one. Alright. Oh. Yeah.
I think I've done this different every time where I do the dress. It either goes from left to right or right to left. Let's see if we can get her on there. Okay. Let me make sure my ink is still working. All right, wait. I would say that the all right. It's happening. She should have like a little smile, like a little bit. Whenever I redesign Isolde's costume, I always look up like Greek goddess Halloween costumes. And usually there's some ideas in there. That's what she's supposed to look like. Oh, I think I smudged that. She's going off the shoulder with this one. This is the only character I haven't drawn in a long, or I haven't like done a comic with her in a long time, as far as an actual story. Maybe I went a little too hard on the shadow. Hang on a bit. No problemo.
Yo, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Okay.
Did you get a drink or something? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something in the air. Maybe it's those Canadian wildfires have reached your area in Australia.
That's way too far off.
They crossed the ocean.
New York, though. Shame. Well, I guess if I was in New York, then maybe.
Hang on. Abrax.
Yeah, they look. Let's see. Where are they? Honda Moto Compo.
I'm definitely drawing one of those tonight. If I have time. I think I will.
I guess Jake wants to review.
Self a promo. Oh, hang on. Let me copy the link. Paste and show. This is the link.
I finished. By the way,
go ahead.
I finished Shadows of the Empire. The game.
Oh, you got all the way to the end?
Streaming. All the way to the end. And I played it on easy. So you play like Dash Render. He's kind of the smuggler type Han like is. It's an EU. It's a Star Wars EU story. So pre new sequel trilogy.
Right.
But so I finished the game and like you kind of go through. The last level. You have to stop. You have to blow up a base station. Like when you have to like explode the core of it, and you don't know if you actually make it out alive doing that. It's revealed you don't know if you make it out alive, and the game tells you to find out if Dash made it, play the game on medium.
I
was like, that's a neat little incentive. That's a nice replay value there. Am I alive or not?
Yeah, it's almost like don't be such a wuss. Play this game again.
Yeah, and then like an epilogue.
They could have told you to buy the next game. That would have been the
buy the next game, right? Yeah.
I think that's what anybody would do right now. That's totally what they would do. Hang on a bit.
Oh no, I'd get I have to get a battle pass. Okay.
There he is, right there.
Oh,
okay.
That's right.
It's Vuku the Ifrit. Okay, got it. All right, we're gonna do Vuku.
Vuku
He's got a
the
big head. Vuku the Ifrit. That's the guy with a gem in his head that was. You put him in a Roman toga. Where am I located right now?
Where are you located? No, it's fine. Don't worry. My cat's just wandering around. And
oh, that was to the cat.
Do you take drawing advice people whose art you're not really a fan of? Like if they have some like good tips and
yeah, depends on who. I mean, it depends on who it is. See you later, Dee Dee. Thank you so much for dropping by.
Dee Dee? What?
Yeah, Dee Dee's been in the chat the whole time. Thanks so much.
Which comments? Dee Dee Williams, hey, how you doing? Wow,
but yeah, I guess it depends. Like if it's something I can get something out of, like not all drawing advice obviously is either good or it's going to apply to you. Some of it is like it might just not apply to your style. Even good advice, like from my favorite teacher at the Kubert School, Giovanni, I really don't like his art at all. And so some of his advice is like you have to make sure that everything looks very polished, and like that's not my style at all to really polish things. I want a lot of like energy, and it's okay to have mistakes in there. But even things like panel borders. He would say, make sure your panel borders are always perfectly vertical, perfectly horizontal. And like sometimes, you know, for certain scenes, like for a fight scene, I'll kind of cant them a little bit, you know, or something like that. And he's like, I don't know if you should be doing that. So, you know, for the class, I'll do it. And then like later on, I'm like, no, I still like it the way I do it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But he's a good teacher though, too. He's a good teacher, and he'll give you credit where it's due. Like even if you totally don't take his advice, but it still comes out good, he'll recognize it. He'll go, you know, this came out pretty good. You know what you did there. He also, like, he's one of those guys who'll say you should always do everything from reference, which I don't really believe in doing everything from reference. And, you know, as a consequence, I think his work looks very stiff because it's all so heavily referenced. So, I mean, it's 1,000% better than me, but it still looks stiff. Like, it doesn't look like a comic I would want to read. And, you know, I would rather read, I don't know if you have ever read Rakuto. Rakuto is the polar opposite. I'll see if I'll find, I think I just found his secret Instagram. The guy who does Rakuto. Or did Rakuto. Let me find Rakuto. Let me show you this comic. This is so cool. I'll bring up a couple of... Unfortunately, I don't think I could have gotten this on Kindle, which is too bad. Well, I'll bring up some pages and then we'll just take a look at them. But he has that kind of graphic style that's like, let me see if I can find him on Pinterest. Shoot. For dummies, that's not what I want. Oof! Dying. Somebody save him.
I'm okay.
So, Frank Espinosa. Espinosa? I think it seems. I can't find him on Pinterest, unfortunately, so I'll just have to do it this way. Let me bring up StreamYard. I've got a Rakuto search here. Wait, let me bring up StreamYard again. Present my screen. Share screen. Yes. Okay. All right, look at your screen here in a second. Whoops. Let me see if I can actually do this. Rakuto.
Oh.
So let me get actually a better. I want to actually so you see it. Like, look how loose that is.
Loose.
It's got like. It's super graphically loose. That's an incredible one too. Come on now, Rakuto, show me Rakuto. The only problem with that is it's an incredible comic. Is my real problem with Rakuto is that the story is nonsensical. The story makes no sense. You could tell he was just going off of, you know, whatever came into his mind. There's one.
Ah, I see it. Yeah. I just googled and the first result was dehydrated raw dog food.
Rakuto, dehydrated raw dog food.
Anyway, yeah,
delicious.
Go raw dog food. Oh yeah, I can tell by the thumbnails.
It's so wonderfully like. Oh, here's a bunch of them. Okay, there's a bunch of them.
I like the compass. I like the compass in the title.
The compass is super cool because he's a mapper. That's the whole point of the character. He's an explorer, and he's able to map things from space. But look how like super loose that is. And then I really love what this is. This guy, he worked for Warner Brothers. He worked on Looney Tunes. He did stuff in animation. He's obviously got no strictures in style. Like, he could do anything. This is definitely a Flash Gordon and a Popeye kind of ripoff here, you know, or an influence, we might say. And I think I found his secret Instagram. If it's not him, it's somebody who also worked on Looney Tunes and Warner Brothers stuff, and also, you know, has that same kind of graphic style stuff. I think it's him. I'm not 100% sure. He's got a fake name called Moss, like Moss Produce, like more. And then it says has like some Japanese characters that say designer and illustrator. But it doesn't say Frank Espinosa. I don't know. I have no idea. Anyways, let me I'll unshare my screen here. How do I do it? I do it like this. Boom. Anyway. Super duper cool. And you know, if you're looking for something to inspire you, checking out that guy's art is you know, and for one thing, it's so artistically wonderful, and then the story's not that good, so you go, I could make it, I could make an improvement, I'll do a better story maybe. You know, something like that, you know, but maybe you won't get that good, who knows. But it's actually he worked with somebody else for the writing, and it doesn't say writer and artist, it says lyrics by the writer. So who knows what he's going for. I don't know if I bet you I could use like a white gel pen to do highlights on these guys.
Highlights?
Yeah, or something. I mean, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just painting right over the top of the paint, so, or I'm inking right over the top of the paint. And I was trying to think, well, how would I change this? And I don't know. I mean, I've got gouache, but I think the gouache is opaque, which it would need to be, but it would probably cover my bounding lines too.
Mm-hmm. This did I show you this pen that I think I did in Discord? It's actually a literal knife pen. Like
oh yeah, I used to demo that.
It's blunt. You have like you have these refills, and look at it. It just
nice. Does that? So I wonder. Did they have that in a multi-pen component? Like, where did you get that?
It was off a website, but it was apparently free. Not the shipping though, but the product itself was free. They just, I guess, wanted to give it away. It looks like it's cool. It might be cool for like stickers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You could do all kinds of little cutouts and things. I mean, I'm already doing stencils, so you could maybe you could stencil something, cut that out, paste it over the top of something else. You know, I was one of those videos. I think I even posted it in the Discord. Was how to do a continuous pattern, but without using like Photoshop or anything. And it's like you would take your picture and then you cut it in 4, and then you rearrange it. Right, and then you draw in the middle of what you've done, you know, and then you scan that basically, and you put it back together. You repuzzle it back together, and you can create this continuous background thing on it. And I'm like, oh, that's how it's done. Okay, he's got 4 horns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vuku. Ooh, I just blasted ink all over the card, but that looks fine. It looks fine. It's all good. All right. Ooh. 3, 4, 5, 2. Yeah, five cards so far. All right, I can save these for later. Oh, I want to do a Starlock one. Let me do a Starlock. I'm almost done with the Tarzan comic, and I'm thinking about my next comic. My only problem is, where do I start? Like, I know the story, but I don't know what part of the story I want to start with. Like, you could go all the way back to the beginning of the story and tell the whole exposition and then start getting into the story. Or I could start it kind of in the middle.
Like in medias res?
Part. Yeah, in medias res. Yeah, like, because, you know, when I'm doing a comic, I'm just doing a chapter. You know, I'm just doing like a little bit of it, and then maybe we'll go on to the next part. And so the idea here is the big story is about a so they're like these insects that they're like an insect space race that they only have one queen, right? There's the one queen, but then and she lays all the eggs. So there's most of the people in the kingdom are drones or workers or soldiers, but there's like about 12 females who will eventually, they could become queen. Now, when the queen matriarch dies, she lives 1,000 years. When she dies, all the girls have to try and kill all the rest of the other girls because there can only be one queen. And she has to lay new eggs to start the new line. So she has to kill all the other girls. So it's going to start with they're sabotaging or shooting down her spaceship on a savage, like, wild planet, and she's stranded there with just her butler. So it's just this alien insect girl, and I've got a picture of her. Hang on. So it's like a little bit of Shakespeare. It's like King Lear, right? In King Lear, there she is. King Lear abdicates his kingdom and gives it all to the girls, and the girls start a big war. So that's from Shakespeare. But in this case, it's like a space thing, and there's a whole biological genetic reason, and only the most ruthless will win. But she's not very ruthless, but she still wants to survive. And then I have this other character. Let's see if I can find him. Oh, he's in the purple notebook, I think. It's this character, but he's going to look different. It's in my other sketchbook. But he's basically the butler. He's a valet. He doesn't have combat skills or anything. He doesn't have built-in weapons. He's like a robot. And but he turns out to be like, even though he's a butler, he's just really brave. So that's the idea. That's the hook of the story, is a brave butler and this princess who ends up in a savage world where there's no luxuries. So I think that's like a cool source of conflict. She's a princess, but she has nothing, and then the butler's gonna be real brave. And then I have like a barbarian alien guy that ends up helping them and kind of joining their team. So there's three characters, and they all have different personalities and different things going on. So I thought I would start it as the ship's getting either sabotaged or shot down, and then she can't figure out why, and then she hears that the queen is dead somehow. I don't know. But like, I could start it out at the queen's funeral, or I could start it out with maybe I have like a sympathetic character back at the Galactic Empire who says, "Hey, run away really quick, you're about to be murdered," or something, gives her a warning or something. Maybe she's fleeing on purpose. I haven't decided any of that stuff yet, but I figured, okay, I'll just come up with that on the spot. I'll just decide what it is. All right, here's Starlock. This is where that split into 3 tutorial would have come in handy to figure out where his ear is. There we go. All right. Where'd my pen go? There it is. All right. For anybody who's listening, if you would like to be on one day on the amazing, fantastic Drive-In Saturday, we can have up to 3 artists per stream because it'll split the screen 3 ways, just like we have it split 2 ways right here. Let me know. I think it's probably too late now. We only have less than an hour, but left. But let me know for next time. Put something in the comments, and I will be happy to invite you on. Talking is optional. You don't even have to talk. All I really care about is doing the art. So Starlock has reversed eyes where it's a white pupil with a black eye. And I'm hoping that looks okay on this. Anyways, I thought that like the Savage Planet would be a cool backdrop. I was gonna say that there was a war there, so there's gonna be a lot of wrecked robots and stuff that are war robots, but then mostly the only things alive are just barbarians and monsters and stuff. So there'd be a lot of like survival, just raw survival type plots. That's my idea anyways. Oh, I don't know if I've... I don't know if I've done this one very good. I think I might definitely get... Where's my white marker? Or my white pen? My white gel pen. Baby. Oh, I know where it is. Hang on. In my lunchbox. If you have the website to that swivel pen or whatever it's called,
Swivel.
let the knife pen, the cutting pen. I would love to get one of those. That's pretty cool. I have something similar that when I was doing leatherworking, there's a similar tool, but it's like, it looks kind of like this pen, and you hold it like this, and you're able to cut things like if you're doing decorative work on a saddle or something. I did leather work when I was in high school, and then I tried doing it a couple of years ago again. Not a saddle, but just doing like the decorative stuff where you cut it and burnish it and dye it and all that stuff. And it's not like I remember it. It's in some ways I was better than I was. In some ways I was lost. Because like when I was in high school, there were people that were experts that they could really show you how to, do the decorative stuff. And there's plenty of like online help, obviously. Okay. How to draw Starlock's scales. I know I did this pretty recently. There it is. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, cool.
Okay. They're called Cutcraft pens.
Cutcraft pens?
Cutcraft. And I got it like for free, like for shipping.
Really? Well, it might be because you're are like if it's like an Australian or maybe even an Asian company, they might like you.
I mean, I saw it off
me.
Instagram. I don't know what that tells you. That's all.
Oh, all right. Well, maybe. I've gotten like clothes off of Instagram. I've gotten like shirts and stuff. Cutcraft. Is it just one word?
Cutcraft, yeah. Like it's two words, and they're both capitalized.
I'll have to look it up. There it is, Cutcraft. Nope. All right, well, I'll check it out. It's going to happen. I need to do the story where Starlock and Stardust have a bitter fight. I want to have them as mortal enemies. Starlock. The Slayer. Okay. And hopefully I don't smudge the ink or anything weird. All right. We'll raise it up. Raise the roof. Here's my multimedia cards. Whoops.
Multimedia.
Mixed media. That's what it is. All right. Whoops. I did 6 of them. 3 of each. And I've got some left over. Oops. So I could conceivably, with a white pen, oh, that kind of works.
So my friend, I got a copy of my friend the other day. It was cool to see him. He was here with his girlfriend in town. Like they'd stopped by because he has a new job in another state. So he just came by to say hi.
That is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, we just had coffee, chatted a bit.
I think, I'm not sure how old you are, but when you get to a certain age and you start to lose track with everybody you used to know, and it doesn't matter really what age you are, because like at every phase of your life, it's going to happen over and over again, where you just keep losing track of people. Like before, it was everybody I knew in high school, then it was everybody I knew in college, then it was everybody I knew in the Army, and then it was everybody from my old job, and you just keep losing them.
Mm-hmm.
But you meet new people. That's the other thing, so that's pretty cool.
I go be more like people. If I'm in a different like job or
I just had a cool idea. I'm gonna
pages.
I like your approach to your pages. They're super dynamic. There's like a lot of things that go on every page.
I guess I'm trying to like not. With that, I'm just trying not to go over a page. I gotta like condense certain parts of it. I gotta work out what the compressed parts and the decompressed parts of the story I can do. Just
I was
all
like
the dialogue.
Yeah. I was super impressed when you had that one with like 13 panels, and I'm like, oh, that's amazing. Because they weren't small panels. Yeah. There was a lot going on in every panel.
True. I like how this is. You can get really small with the panels. I try to do those sort of close up more of those close-up panels. There's like a good balance, but try to make it as balanced as well. That's important. That can be a hard thing with like 13 panels, I'm sure, but it's always good practice.
Yeah.
Can slow the reader down, which is what we want. We want them to read the story.
Yeah, especially like in the right place. Like you're like when you have a lot of small panels, that's when they're going fast. But then when suddenly you're moving like the panels around, or you're doing some some interesting layout stuff, it kind of forces them to slow down and pay attention in order to stay engaged.
Yeah,
I am stuck in the grid. I admit it. I haven't figured out a way that works for me to break out of the grid. I don't know if I'm too much of a traditional. Yeah,
there's always great stuff.
All of the traditional comics are in the grid, but it's tough when you look at other stuff and you go, oh, wow, look what he's doing there, and I can't it never occurs to me. I've just now figured out like how and when to drop the panel borders and do like a no border panel. Like, so like on the current page of Tarzan, whoops, let me get rid of this one. This is Starlock. Where is it? I was drawing away, and on the middle panel, oops, turn this off. You can see that there's no border on the middle now, but there. Let me take the pencils off. But originally there was a border, like there was a panel border. I didn't figure out to take it off until I had drawn the whole thing, and then I went, oh, I could pull that panel. I could pull that border off, and it would be a pretty cool effect. Same deal with this page. I did the same trick. I had already drawn the thing, and then I just took it off. It's kind of funny because Jake did the coloring, and instead of just leaving it white, he actually put in a tone for the whole background. And then where's the other one that I did this with? I did it a bunch on the Beast Rangers, or I did at least one really specific time. I didn't do it a whole bunch on the Beast Rangers, to tell you the truth, but I did it on this one, and I was super proud of it. There's like this top panel where he's running past after he slashes through all these bad guys. I thought that would be cool. I could make it bigger. Like I pushed it bigger. Like I took the whole image and I made it bigger, and I took the border off. But that's as far as I've been able to go. Everything else, I'm in the grid. Much to my chagrin. I'll figure it out though eventually. I just figured out what my cards need is a white outline around the figure, and that will pop it out, and that's all I need to do. If my white pen holds out. Especially these darker cards. All right, these look pretty good. That looks good to me. Let's do Isolt. Poor Isolt. All right. wonder if I can.
Thanks.
I just kind of discovered this website where you can get old Japanese kei cars, and the vans and trucks shipped to you. Yeah, do you like the K cars? Do you know about the K trucks and the K vans? They're
K vans.
Yeah, I think they still make them actually in Japan, but they don't. Maybe you can get them in Australia, but they're super cool. But they don't sell them in the US anymore. But you can get like an older one that's 25 years old. So, so there's this company. I think it's called Buy Japan Car. And you can just browse their website and they will sell you a car. You just pick it off the website and they'll drop ship it at a port. So like I can get it drop shipped to Baltimore and they're super cheap, you know, because they're 25-year-old cars, but they've been really well maintained. So hopefully it's still running or whatever, but people are just importing the heck out of these things. And, you know, they're older, but they're also easy to maintain because they have less, you know, electronics and stuff in them.
It's K-E-I?
Yeah, K-E-I. Look up the K-E-I van. K-E-I vans. They look like the capsule vans from Toriyama, and then the K-trucks. So like,
oh, I see.
Aren't they cool? I was thinking cute. Like, yeah, they're super cute. They're left-hand drive or right-hand drive, and they're mostly standard transmissions, but they're super cheap. They're like, you know, some of them are like $1,500, which is not that much, you know, all things considered. That what really costs almost as much to import it, so it'll be like $4,000 by the time it's all said and done. All right, look, I did my cards. I did all 6 cards.
Hell, that one is full.
But I think that would be cool to have.
I don't know why my internet is so bad. It is pathetic. This internet that I pay for every month. Shocker.
We had real internet problems here for a while, but we seem to have overcome them. Where's Tarzan? There he is. Come on now. Speaking of which, I'll end this up with. And believe me, I was on there looking for a Moto Compo, but I didn't see one. They stopped making them in 1983. But the Chinese are going to make like a little electric one.
This one's like a little fruit.
My only fear would be getting killed. What's that?
Getting killed by what?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't. I'd be killed by another driver. Like the driver of another vehicle would run me over because it would be, you know, too slow or something, or too small, and they would just crunch and they wouldn't even see me. But I still want to get one. Like in Texas, they have it's called Japan or Austin JDM, and there's Texas JDM, so there's 2 of them. and they've already imported them. They've already handled all the importing, and they're selling them. They fix them up, they change the fluids, they change the batteries, and apparently they run really good. Like they're Hondas, and they're well maintained, so they run really good, even though they're 25 years old. So I was thinking of getting one at some point. I do want to get a van. I'm either going to get that or like a Ford Transit Connect. I've been dreaming about that. That would be awesome.
In Australia.
So like places like their primary customer, it's they're it's Japan, but all of their like website and promotional stuff, at least the ones that I can see on my version of the website, is all Africa. So if you're like in Nairobi or Tanzania and you need a car, and there's not that many car dealerships in Africa, you can you buy one of these from Japan and they just drop it off a ship. You go to the port and you pick it up, somehow get it home and work on it and get it working. And so there's all these like testimonials from people in Africa, my family needed a car or whatever, and they get one.
They look all right. They look like pretty ergonomic, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're cool, and I can still, I drive standard. I can drive a stick. I also like the car I have right now has got manual windows and manual locks, and I really appreciate that. And like all the cars now, they cost $75,000. Everything's electronic. If something breaks down, you're taking it back to get it. You're taking that thing back to get it like worked on in a major way to fix the electronics or to fix whatever. And sure, they're probably more fuel efficient or whatever, but man, I would much rather have one of those little K vans, like the Suzuki Sambar or the Honda Acti van. They look so cool to me. I don't think her back arm is going to be hanging down. I think her other arm will hang down. That's where we'll leave it.
It's an electric van. This is a Honda N van. It has one seat. Just one seat in the whole van.
Perfect.
That looks just fun. Looks very fun to me.
I love it though, and there's like no bumper. Oh, where the engine is crazy because there's you see there's no room in the front, right? The engine, like you go around to the back where the back bumper is, and you undo some locks and you move the bumper, and it's behind the bumper in the back, and it's like
it's kind of like a bus normally.
Yeah, it's like I just think it's cool as heck. I would love to have one.
Oh, so it like folds up the seats. Okay, you can get seats, but they're underneath. Well, sure.
Yeah, depending on the model, they have fold flat seats that really do fold flat, or they have
yeah,
I don't know, stuff like that. I know there's the van life craze going around the US right now, but I think it would just be cool, to have one and customize it.
Google it today.
I think it would be neat. That looks like she's giving the finger. All right, maybe not. Maybe I could put her. her other hand here.
Believe it. My own money.
So do they drop ship in Australia?
They're legal in Australia, I know that. They're
Arefromjapan.com. Yeah, delivery too. Let's see if I they'll deliver to Adelaide, Brisbane, Fremantle, Kembla, Adelaide, sorry, and Melbourne.
so, yeah.
Pretty
I
cool.
can't allow to import. What kind of neat JSpec imports I'm looking at? I haven't been to there. I've heard pretty nice.
USA. Boom. There we are.
It's like this is like a heavy plot page. It's like a plot heavy page, so that's why there's so much.
Oh, on the page you're working on right now. I like that the top half is like one big.
Yeah.
With an inset, I see. Yeah, that's. Oh, I see. You just posted on the Discord. Yeah, isn't that cool? That's the Suzuki. I think it's called a Suzuki Sambar. I think it's a Sambar.
Suzuki, yeah, yes.
There's there's bunches of them. There's a Honda version. There's a Daihatsu, Mazda,
CAN bus.
I think my problem with this guy is I don't like where his feet are.
I like the blue. I like the blue of this one. The Daihatsu Mirakoko.
Like you could build like a whole little camper out of that. That would be so cool. Drive it around. I had a Cube for a while, a Nissan Cube. I wonder if any of these are Nissans. I do not like his legs. I think I put it in the wrong place.
Yeah, it's a real nice car. Drives and feels like a car. Was a very good find. I am with Dave and his wife.
So you're still on two wheels, right?
I'm on the my Piaggio. 3.
But you could get a car if you could afford one. It's the same driver's license, or is it?
Not the same license. I have to have a rider. So I have to have a rider on my full license. So I did the whole I had to train to get that. Be eligible.
Yeah, I had to get a motorcycle license to get over 49 cc's. So the 49.5. He's just like right on the panel border. This sucks. I am having trouble.
Well, I've survived winter at least once on a bike, so I don't feel too proud to get another.
Was it snowy where you were?
It doesn't exactly snow, but it gets pretty cold. It's pretty cold. Yeah.
Does it get icy?
Yes. Like on the
So
roads.
that could be.
Yeah, it can. It can get on the road. Yeah. Oh, where is this? Oh my god! Actually, there's an artist who actually has this. Who's drawn this bike you show. Oh
Yeah,
my
the
god!
Motocompo.
I will. Hold
It's a
on.
classic.
I'll show you. Yeah, I'll show the. I'll copy it and. Oh, just. Or a bookmark. Hold on.
Hang on, I'm gonna open this in browser and then So let me show the this is the K-van that Sideburns is already posting. Let's see if I can share the screen. What do you think? Beautiful K-van. All right, let me go back out to here. Boosh.
Let me see. Go to profile.
Oh, we're down to the last 5 minutes, by the way.
Okay, hold on. I just want to check. I just want to share this.
No rush. I mean, I missed all of last week anyway, so I've got extra time. So definitely no rush. Don't worry about it.
Not
Time
the
flies.
rendition.
Oh, nice. Yes. All right, I'm going to open in browser. Hang on. Okay, hang on. We're going to put it on stream here. Present screen. I think it's this one right here. So yeah, that's a Motocompo with somebody on it, and you can find. Let's see if I can just look up Toriyama Motocompo. Because there's a okay. Here's a this is a bonus illustration. Open image in new tab, and then I'm going to let's stop screen, present, share screen. How about that one? Like, he obviously liked it. It's in a couple of places. So this is one from Dragon Ball, but I also noticed it in Dr. Slump. And I think there's a whole like Twitter post about it. Let's see. So I might have to draw that. That's really cool. Bulma on it. Oh, here's oh, come on, man. Open image or do tab. Okay, let's see. Remove.
Oh. Stop
screen. Whoops. Present. Share screen.
Oh, that's.
This is one of his autobiographical.
My tripod. Yeah, my tripod just buckled. The clip part fell off. No, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay,
The
good.
clip part fell off. I can enjoy the show at least. So.
All right, no
Hey,
problem.
Putt.
I apologize for that. We're at the last 2 minutes of the thing, anyways. Everybody, check out Moto Compos. They're cool. They're this Honda scooter that they stopped making in 1983. I do remember they were actually selling it as part of a car. Like if you got a Honda, one of the Honda hatchbacks, it would come with the Moto Compo, and the idea was it was like the dinghy of a sailboat. You would park further out from the airport or further out from your job or whatever, and then you could scooter in at 15 miles an hour because it doesn't go much faster than that. It's so tiny. And I think this one, this is Toriyama. I think this is him being autobiographical. It says, I painted a camel and made it a special forces bike. The joys of being 28. I have a feeling he actually had one at some point. Anyways, 7:59. We are right at the end of the show. Let me put back up the link to Duckling Star. Everybody, definitely check out Duckling Star. And let me stop my screen. There we go. Definitely check out Duckling Star, and don't pay too much attention to me messing up Tarzan over here. And tune in again next week. We will have even more stuff going on, and I actually got a bunch of cool sketch cards done today, so I'm pretty happy about that. Although this one's not perfect, but they came out pretty good. So
They look pretty alright.
yeah, they look pretty saturated with color, so that's a good thing. And they were all done with those gel crayons, which that was a lot of fun. All right, everybody, it's 8 p.m. Eastern, Saturday night in the U.S., Sunday morning in the lands of Australia.
I'm doing the 100 Teds challenge as well. Okay.
How are you doing? What day are you on?
70.
Kick ass. That's awesome.
I think once I finish, I'll probably make a video.
That would be really cool. I think technically I have not stopped since 2019, so I don't know what day I would be on, but if I started counting, I would count from 1 and try and start it again. I don't think I've ever actually missed a day. I might have missed a couple of days now that I think about it, but it wouldn't be more than 1 or 2 days. And even for what counts as working on a comic, I think I would count, because the only things I did in between were writing the comic or doing concept drawings or something. I think that still counts.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. I would love to see
you
again. Absolutely, anytime. And if you, listener, would like to be on someday, just let me know. Say something in the comments below, and I'll make sure to get you a link. I'm sure Sideburns would love to draw alongside you as well. All right. Here it comes. I got my ending sequence here. There it is. Wait, where is it? This under 8. Could that be it? Oh, I have a new one. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the end.
all you of Earth are idiots.